Hello everybody. It's nice to see you. Whatever day or time it is, it's time for yoga. As my old teacher used to say, Larry, it's yoga, baby. So anyway, a little nod to him. If you haven't, go ahead and find a comfortable seated position, preferably on your knees today. If that's horrible on your knees, then don't do it. Sit cross-legged. But I like to sit on a block between my feet just so I'm a little higher up. I can feel solid on the sit bones. So go ahead and make that adjustment. And as the hands come down onto your thighs, you can let the eyes close, there's nothing to see. The movements, as subtle as they are, becoming less so. And even though the eyes are closed, be aware of what's going on in the room around you. Maybe you can hear the birds outside. Notice where your legs are touching the earth, where the sit bones are grounded. Start to become aware of where the clothing is touching your skin. And even between the toes, notice where the air is touching and kissing your skin. In this place of intentional stillness, recognize how your body feels right now. And allowing the tongue to be heavy at the bottom of the mouth. From deep inside the lungs, allow this next inhale to come in a little slower and a little deeper than before. And when you can't fill up anymore, just notice the top of that breath. And as slow as it came in, let the exhale leak out of the nose. So we're going to do that. Breathe. Feel this next inhale, expanding the back ribs, the kidney girdle, the belly, sitting up a little taller. And still with the mouth closed, the exhale, you can hear the whisper of it coming out of the nose. This time as you inhale, imagine yourself like a balloon, slowly filling up. You can even pick a color for the balloon. And at the top this time, hold it for a heartbeat. And don't worry, you're on mute. As you exhale, open the mouth and like you're fogging your sunglasses, let it all out. Once again, notice the bottom. And so from start to finish, the inhale, equally filling both lungs, sitting a little taller, a little wider. Your heartbeat at the top, different than mine. The exhale, stay tall and let it all out. Just one more time, making a fun sound in your comfort of your home. The inhale. Your heartbeat With the mouth open, letting it all go. And so the true practice begins now. As you inhale, maybe count to 5 in your head or a mantra. Notice the pause, and then count down from 5 or your mantra all the way out. It keeps the monkey brain a little quieter. So 5 count in. 5 count out. That's the backbone of this practice, this even breath. Some call it Ujjayi sounding breath, if you're familiar with that. But as the tongue stays heavy, let the eyes flutter open. Throughout the practice, we move from posture to posture. And the movement between the postures are just as important as the postures themselves. And so as you keep this even breath, maybe the corners of the mouth lift a little bit. Begin to float the arms out to a T. And as you turn the palms face up, start to reach all 10 fingers as wide as they go. And start to open up your heart and lift it up to the ceiling. So your lower back's still nice and flat and tall. But start to lift up your heart like you're saying, give me some sun. Now, as you're breathing, keep your collarbones as wide as they are right now, but start to spin the arms up by the ears, turning the palms toward the back, the thumbs out to the side, so your collarbones are still wide, you're lifting up. And then as you exhale, you're simply going to tuck the chin and you're going to start to reach the arms back out to a T. And as you slowly reach that T, start to turn the palms back so the thumbs face each other. And those straight arms reach up and behind you now like you're holding a tray behind your back. Not the greatest way to hold a tray, but still, you get the idea. And so let's try a few of those. We're going to move with the breath. The inhale, sweep the arms out, taking the entire breath to lift the heart, finish with the palms in the back. As you exhale, reaching the arms as wide as they go. Spiraling, hold that tray back there. Just one more. Inhale. And exhale. Since the arms seem to be working, this time as you inhale, lift the heart, little subtle back bend. Now the arms are going to keep doing the same thing, but now you're going to round the back and start to bring the chin into the collar and the forehead toward the knees. So now your palms, your fingers are reaching pretty much straight into the air. Or not, but straight arms. And let's go. Inhale, roll the spine up, reach the arms out. Finish the breath with a slight pause. The exhale, rounding, reaching the arms really wide, tucking the chin. 2 more, inhale. Reaching the arms, rounding the back. This time, as you reach the arms up, twinkle the fingers a little just to make sure they're still alive. And then begin to walk the hands forward, climbing onto your hands and knees. Go ahead and remove any props. If you want a blanket or something underneath your knees, it's a good time to do it. But let the knees be a little bit behind the hips today. It's not right under them. Let the shoulders come forward a little bit. And just start to make, as you stay flat, begin to move a little side to side. If you're breathing evenly, you can start to move a little forward and back. Keeping the spine nice and straight at first. And maybe make a figure 8 or some circles. Start to explore the mobility of your wrists. And if you find yourself doing some pattern, just change it. Now, since the wrists are moving pretty good, start to bounce the spine around, dropping it down, rounding it. Allow these movements to suddenly get a little more exaggerated, if you will. But most of all, being led by your breath. When you're ready, start to tuck those toes back there. And as you keep this fluid motion, begin to lift the knees off the ground. And as you lift the hips up into the air, let the head go. Now as you pedal the legs, meaning bending one knee and then the other, you still have that even breath, so let the head shake out a little. It won't fall off, I promise. Now as you look at your toes, lift the heels and the hips up as high as they go. And then as you bend the knees, start to reach your hips well behind you. And then look at your hands. You're welcome to go into handstand. Or step your feet up right behind the hands and fold in half. Now as you reconnect with the sound of your breath, allow yourself to sway a little. Natural, like a monkey's tail. Shaking the head a little yes. Nodding it a little no. Once again, it won't fall off. And then with a little bend in the knees, inhale, you just slowly roll up, keeping the chin tucked until you feel the shoulders roll up by the ears and then down by the hips. With one breath, sweep your arms up, palms touch overhead. And once they touch, the 5-count exhale brings the thumbs to the heart. Keeping the eyes open, 5 count in. 5 count out. As you lift the inner arches of your feet, inhale, sweep the arms out to a T. Like before, but better, sweep the arms up, lift the heart, just like you did a moment ago. Thumbs turn out. With a little bend in the knees, doing it this time standing. So you're going to exhale, you're going to round the back, spiral those arms, bring the chin into the collar until the fingers reach up. And then as you inhale, slowly roll up, reaching the arms all the way out and up. So we did it just kneeling moments ago. Now we're doing it standing. Inhale, arms really reaching. Exhale. One more time. And this time as you round, bring the hands down to your shins. And as you bend the knees, roll up the spine halfway. Meaning let it get nice and long, like you got that tray now on your back. Find a breath here. And then bend the knees a whole lot, plant the hands. Step or jump back and find your way to high plank. At first, we're going to do it nice and mellow. So bring your knees down. And as you keep the elbows tight, simply lower your heart and chin toward the ground. Now, it totally feels like your butt's in the air, but you're not being recorded or anything. It's okay. And then with the elbows tight, come down to your belly. Push the feet into the ground and open up your heart. Find a breath here. Nice wide collarbones. Now as you tuck your toes, stay on the knees, bring the hips up over the knees. And when you can see your thighs, lift up those knees and reach the heels down. Find your breath here. Lift the hips, the heels up as high as they go. Now the head stays heavy, but as you exhale, keep lifting the hips, but slowly lower your heels And maybe lift your toes. So once again, the head is heavy. Lift the hips, the heels up as high as they go. And as you exhale, slowly lower the heels. How delicious is that, right? One more time. As the heels come down, bend the knees even more than before. Look further than you want to go, and step or jump on up. Let the exhale fold you in half. And sweep the arms out all the way up overhead till the palms touch. And then the exhale brings the thumbs to the heart. Just a breath here, so enjoy it. At the bottom of your exhale, inhale, arms sweep up, lift the heart. Exhale, diving forward, rolling the hands to the shins. One time, you're going to come up, long spine and neck. Plant the hands, step or jump back. You can do knees, chest, chin like before, or you can come down to the knees and keep your torso really straight and just bend the elbows halfway. Now, if you want to do the full version, you can lift the knees off the ground. And then either low cobra like before, or lift the thighs, lift the heart, upward dog. Nice baby Yoda eyes, take a breath here. As you exhale, roll over those toes and right into downward dog. Feel the inhale. As you exhale, lift your right leg up. Now at first, it's reaching straight back. Imagine that tray on your lower back. Keep that right leg straight. But as you inhale, you're going to shift the shoulders forward and come back into that high plank. Now this feels okay, right? So as you exhale, reach it back, three-legged dog. Now this time, you're going to shift those shoulders forward, but you're going to bend the right knee and bring it into your chest. So your shoulders are still over the hands. You're lifting that knee up even higher. And then up and back, lift that right leg high. This is really fun. This time, bring the shoulders forward and bring your right knee over to your left elbow. Hover, you're strong. And then up and back. Nice, everything's feeling good. So step that right foot up inside your right hand. Like you're going to run a race. Take a moment to let the knee come over the foot. If you want to be on blocks here on your hands, go ahead, use them. But then as you begin to open up your heart, notice it felt like when we were kneeling. As you exhale, you're going to straighten the right leg and tuck the chin. So a few of these. The inhale, you're going to bend the right knee, really open the heart, drop the hips. The exhale, slowly straighten. Inhale. Notice how your spine is moving. Two more. And then everyone's favorite this time as you straighten the right leg, keep it straight. Now if you're on blocks, move them back a little. Even slide your hands back so you can let your spine get nice and long, just like we did before. You got a tray on your back. And if you can keep the integrity of that straight spine, you can even bend the elbows and bring the forearms down to the ground. Both legs still straight. Nice, huh? Oh, we're just getting going. When it's time, bend the right knee. Now you're stronger than you think you are, so trust your breath and bring your hands to your right thigh. Everything's okay, so then bring your hands to your hips and slowly straighten that right leg. So all 10 toes are pointing forward. So the arms have something to do. First, bring them out to a T with the palms face up. Guess where we're going? Crazy town. Inhale, you're going to lift your heart, bring the arms up, turn the palms to the back, thumbs out. Lots of movement here. As you exhale, you're going to bend your right knee. You're going to spiral the arms out and around like you've been doing, and then tuck your chin with the fingers reaching up. Take a breath here. So just like before, but now different. Inhale, straighten the right leg, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bending the knees, spiraling the arms out, tucking the chin. 36 more of these. Inhale. And exhale. Don't worry, I can't count that high. Just 2 more. All 10 fingers active. Now this time as you bend the right knee, bring the hands down. Bring the left knee down. Oh, thank goodness, right? Take a breath. Crawl your hands up onto that right thigh. Feels a little different. That's okay. As you open up your heart, inhale, sweep the arms up. And when the palms touch, you're going to land your left elbow on your right thigh. Now before looking over to the right side, look down at your big right toe. Is your spine aligned? Maybe you lift the left knee off the ground. You don't have to. But use the inhale to lengthen the spine in your neck. And keep looking at your toe, but exhale, turn the belly and heart to the right. From your left heel through the crown of the head, grow longer. And as you turn your belly and heart to the right, maybe you take a gander, see what's on that side of the room. 1 more breath. Slowly bring the left knee down. Let the hands come down. The left hand comes under the shoulder. And as you bend that left elbow, bring your right hand to your inner thigh. Push that knee forward. Now it doesn't go very far, but as you momentumly push it forward, come onto the edge of your right foot. Maybe look at the bottom of your foot. But then begin to turn your belly and heart up to the ceiling. Take your chin over your left shoulder. So your belly and heart are turning up to the sky. And yet the eyes going over to the left. Another breath here. If you don't feel anything, let me know later. For now, bring your right hand inside your right foot. And you're going to heel toe that right foot out enough so the hands come back under the shoulders just like they were in tabletop. Neat, right? Keep the right foot where it is, but lift the left knee off the ground. Imagine that tray on your lower back. If you can stay nice and straight, you can even bend the elbows a little. But lead with your heart rather than your mouth or your brain. Five count in. 5 count out. Transitioning. Silently step that right foot back, downward dog. Feel the inhale. As you exhale, lift that right leg back up. So it's nice and straight, just like earlier. And like before, you're going to shift your shoulders back over your hands. Now everything seems okay. Keep your shoulders over the hands, but bring your right knee to your belly button. So your shoulders are still over the hands. And then shoot your right straight leg out to the left side. and come onto your outer right foot. Is the tray still on your lower back? If you're cool here, hang out. If you want to take it a little further, you can always roll onto your inner left foot and begin to reach the left arm up, turning the belly and heart up into Instagram Asana. This is when you're under a waterfall and you're like, woo. Take one more breath. Bring the left hand down. Now the shoulders back over the hands. Bring the knee back into the belly button and reach it up and back, three-legged dog. As you inhale, shift the shoulders forward. But this time you're going to bring your knee onto the ground near your right wrist. You're going to let your left leg come down. Now this is where we're all a little different. You're going to want to feel this in the right hip. So some of you, your knee is going to come out to the side. Some of it, the knee may come in. Maybe your shin gets parallel, but once again, the responsibility is up to you. It doesn't matter if your pelvis is slayed to one side or another, if you're feeling it in the glute. And just to make sure you're feeling it, walk the hands back up toward you. And then you're going to turn your heart and belly to the left. You're going to walk the hands a little over to the left. And then you're going to walk your arms straight off in that direction, lowering the head maybe onto a block, a bolster, a blanket, sweat towel. But then allow yourself to get heavy. My head is up so you can hear me, but allow your arms to lengthen out as much as they can so you can let them go. Five count in. 5 count out. Don't worry, the yin class is tomorrow, just 2 more breaths. Meaning in yin, we'd hold this for about 3 to 5 minutes. But stay with me. Walk the hands back up. And as you do, start to lean on your right hip. So maybe walk the hands over a little to the right. And lean on your right hip enough so you can bring your left leg all the way around and land it outside your right thigh. Now, if you find yourself leaning over just like this, straighten the right leg so you can sit up tall, just like we did in the very beginning. So it doesn't matter. This is, once again, we're built different. So if your knee is bent, or if it's straight, sit up nice and tall. As you inhale, reach the left arm up, and slowly bring it behind you. Now, if you realize the ground is not there, find that block, stick it behind you. As you inhale, you're going to grow tall through the back of the neck and the spine. As you exhale, belly and heart to the left. So you can use your arms to help with this twist here, but let it really happen in the belly and the heart, turning to the left. And since it's good fun, as you inhale, grow taller. Keep turning the belly and heart, but bring your chin over the right shoulder. Feel the inhale. Pull the belly in on the exhale. It's like you're wringing out a towel. It just happens to be your organs. One more breath. As you inhale, come through center, and then do a little counter twist the other way. It just feels good. Coming back to center, the legs are all a mess, so slowly bring them out front, and as you lean back on your hands, float the feet up in line with your nose. Some of you realize, wait a minute, This kind of reminds me of a boat. So you might as well bring the hands to the thighs and really open up the heart. If you want, you can bring the hands to the side. And then you can come to your lower back into canoe. So the shoulder blades and legs still off the ground. In case you didn't get enough abs this morning. And as you inhale, come back up to boat. Fun, right? Let's try a few. Exhale to canoe. Inhale to boat. Lower to canoe. Up to boat. I'm doing them too. This is when I should be watching you. And back up. One more time. Cross those ankles. Pull your feet toward you. And as you walk the hands slowly forward, the shoulders move over the hands and step right into downward dog. Feel the inhale. As you exhale, lift your left leg up and step it forward. Just when you thought you knew where we were going, walk the hands over to the right and turn all 10 toes to the side of your mat. Now the legs are apart. Look at your right foot and turn it out about 45 degrees. Now if you're not good with geometry, just about halfway. Now you're going to bend the right knee slowly over the foot. But since we're moving, inhale, straighten the right leg. And as you exhale, bend the right knee. 2 more, straightening. And exhale, bend. Now this time as you bend the right knee, keep it bent. Now your left foot can stay flat on the ground. You can spiral the leg and the toes up to the ceiling. The hands can stay on the earth. They can come in front of your heart. You can even go into archers and hunt little unicorns. And if you fall, the cool thing is you really don't have that far to go. One more breath. Transitioning, the hands return to the earth. Slowly straighten that right leg. And then you're going to walk your hands over your right foot and turn all 10 toes to what used to be the back of your mat. As you inhale, step the left foot up to meet the right and fold in half. One breath, going to sweep you all the way up, palms touch overhead. And then slowly bring the thumbs to the heart. Here's the hard one. Close the eyes. Let go of the breath. Let go of the muscles. And simply feel the difference between the right and left leg. The inhale versus the exhale. As you inhale, let the eyes open up. With your next, the inhale sweeps the arms up. As you exhale, bend the knees, roll and fold. And hands come to the shins, come up halfway. Plant the hands. Once again, you're welcome to go into handstand or step back into high plank. And then the belly down vinyasa of your choice. Knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, low cobra. And exhale, reach on back, down dog. Find that even breath. As you inhale, lift your right leg up. You didn't think we're only going to do the right side tonight. And then you're going to shift forward. Now I'm going to face you because it'll be easier to see. But as you bring the shoulders back over the hands in this 3-legged plank, bring your right leg now out to the right side. Come onto the edge of your right foot. Is the tray spilling? Now slowly start to lower the hips, lower the chest, and let the hands stay where they are. Now if that right leg out to the side is too much, you can always bring it close to your left leg. If you don't feel anything, you can always take the right leg up higher than your hip, but check in. Now everything feels pretty good. So now slide your right arm forward. As you do, pull the shoulder back and then bring the thumb into your palm and wrap it up. So everything's still okay. As you inhale, you're going to lift your heart up and bring that right arm straight underneath you. So it's under your collarbones. And what's great is you can rest your chin on the upper right arm and soften into this posture. Letting the breath be louder than the stories. As you feel the love in your right shoulder, energetically draw it down toward your right hip. You can feel the left shoulder dropping toward your right elbow. How's the tray on your back doing? One more breath here. Now as you lift the chin, all you got to do is bend the right elbow, and you're going to bring your chin bone to the pinky side of your right wrist. And as you do that, you're going to push the chin into your wrist. Now, if you suddenly can't breathe, you're using your throat. Use the jawbone. Left shoulder heavy, just 2 breaths here. And then as you lift the chin, slowly straighten the right arm. Oh. Bring it back forward. And then bring the big right toe back to meet the big left toe. So everything's all realigned. Go ahead and grab a block. If you haven't, it's not close by. And you're going to put it under your head. It's like you're resting. Now the left hand is under your shoulder, but the right arm's going to reach out to the side. The hand a little higher than your shoulder. And once you get that all nice and straightened out, take your eyes over to the left side. Nothing fast happens in yoga. So go slowly here and start to roll up onto your right hip. Now your head is on the block. And once you feel like you're on that right hip, go ahead and inchworm your right fingers a little further away from you. As you feel the hips stacking, maybe slide the hips further forward. And if you're cool here, hang out. You can always go further by bending your left knee and bringing the foot behind you. 5 count breath. And if you really want to get twisted, you can bring your right foot to the ground and use your legs to help with the twist. One more breath. Transitioning out, just as important. So as you begin to roll back on, let the legs straighten. The big toes reconnect. And as you look at your right arm, notice it's still attached. That's awesome. Now this is where it gets really fun. All you have to do is bend your right elbow and point your fingers forward. So I'm going to show you, just so you know what it looks like. You're lying on your belly and your right arm, it's like you're about to take a left turn in England. The left hand, like you're going to do a push-up. Everything's good. And so once again, you're going to turn the eyes to the left and roll onto your right hip. Now, a lot of the times here, I'm going to show you, I feel like my hips are all out of whack here. Try to get as straight as you can. And as you roll onto that right hip, you're going to bring your right leg, the bottom one, out in front and make a 90-degree angle. So cheat sheet up here. Your right leg, the one that's on the ground, comes out at like a 90-degree angle. Once again, you're welcome to stay here. But if you want, you can bring your left foot, the bottom of your left foot, onto the ground above your right knee. Now that left ankle and knee, they got something going on. The head's still on the block. And then your left hand, feel a little left out, comes into your inner left thigh. Now at first, simply close the eyes. 5 count inhale, like a balloon. The exhale, feel your right shoulder moving away from the ear. Maybe your left knee touches your inner right heel. Mine doesn't. Just 2 more breaths here. Pretzelasana. Now as the tongue stays heavy, bring the left hand back to the earth. I like to straighten my right leg, the bottom one first, and then bring the big left toe to meet the big right. As you roll back onto your belly, check out your right arm, it's still there. So now drag it forward. Now as you do, start with level shoulders. You're going to bring your right ear to your right arm and roll onto your right hip. Once again, I'm going to show you this way. Start as straight as you can from your middle right finger through the arches of your feet like a laser. You're going to lift your head up just enough to slide the right palm under the temple. Let the head get heavy in the hand. Now it is a balancing asana. If you want to bring your left hand to the side, you can. If you want to bend your left knee and hold your outer foot, you can. But most of all, you want to feel your right shoulder dropping down and toward the hips. The head is heavy in the hands. Just a few breaths here. Letting go of those muscles you don't need. Now, if your left leg is bent, release it softly. If it's straight, bend it and land the left foot behind you. You're going to slowly roll onto your back. Now make any adjustments you need to so you can be nice and straight. And then you're going to bring the right arm back out to the side with the palm face down. Now once again, I'm going to turn to face you so you can see. You're lying on your back, the palms down, and once again, you're going to bend just the right elbow. Allow it to stay in line with the shoulders as best you can. And then just your fingernails under your rib cage. Just the fingernails. Now your right wrist is probably bent and you think this can't be right. It is. Because you're going to bring your left arm up and over and push that right wrist down. Stay with it. As you listen to your breath, begin to roll up on your right hip. And as you look at your right elbow, know that your left shoulder wants to touch it. Energetically, that right shoulder drawing down toward the hip. We did pigeon for the right hip, so now we're doing pigeon for the right shoulder. 2 more breaths here. Just as slowly as you got in, begin to roll onto your back. Drag that right arm up by your ear. At first, when you roll up onto your right hip, you're going to bring the big toes together. And then keeping them together as you roll onto your belly, you're going to bring the right hand on top of your left and let your head rest on top of your right hand. Like you did standing. Let go of the breath. Let go of all the muscles. And feel the right side of the body versus the left. Thank you for coming, class. That's all we got time for today. I make joke. We're going to do the other side. Start with the breath. And when that breath is even and a little louder than the stories, lift the head up enough to slide the hands under the shoulders. As you tuck the toes, at first stay on the knees, but bring the hips up over the knees. When you can see your thighs, lift up, down dog for a breath. Exhale, bend the knees and look forward. Step, jump, float on up to the back of your mat and fold in half. 1 breath sweeps the arms up, palms touch overhead. And as you exhale, slowly bring the thumbs to the heart, keeping the eyes open. Listen to that breath expanding like a balloon. Feel the inner arches of the feet lifting. And when you're ready to balance it all out, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, rolling forward, hands to the shins. With 1 breath, come up halfway, long neck. Plant the hands first, and of course, handstand, or your belly down vinyasa, or just meeting downward dog. Now as you look back at those feet, inhale, float your left leg into the air. So the left leg is straight. Remember that tray is on your back. And so keep the left leg straight as you shift into high plank. Nice flat lower back. Well, that feels good. So when you're ready, reach the hips back, lift the left leg back into the air. Now this time, as you shift the shoulders forward, round the back, bring the knee into your chest. Now the shoulders as far forward as they can go. You're lifting your left knee up as high as it can go. And of course, you're breathing. And up and back, lifted high. This is where we get twisted. Bring the shoulders forward. Bring your left knee over to your right elbow. Now the shoulders still over the hands. Lift that knee up a little bit higher. And then up and back. Good stuff, huh? Even better. This time, bring the knee forward and step it up inside your left hand. Now take a moment. If you want your blocks and they're behind you, grab them. I know. Once you've got your blocks, lift the right knee if it's not, and start by creating that open heart, the little smile, and maybe even some Baby Yoda eyes. Fill up, and then the movement. As you exhale, you're going to straighten the left leg and round the back. So it's sort of similar to what we're going to do later. Inhale, bend the left knee, open the heart. Exhale, straight. Your breath, 3 more. Now after that third one, you straighten that left leg. Keep it straight. Maybe walk the hands back. Now once again, if you're on blocks, cool. Straighten your spine. And with a nice long spine, simply bend the elbows. Straight legs. Even breath. Now you can begin to bend the left knee. You're strong. So when you bring the hands to your left thigh, it almost makes you smile a little. A little. And as the eyes stay soft, bring the hands to your hips and slowly straighten the left leg. So we're just doing this, but our hands were on the ground. So the arms have something to do. Float them out to a T, palms face up. And like we've been doing all class, start to sweep the arms up, lifting the heart, the eyes, the thumbs turn out. And so we're just doing this, but now we got the arms going too. You're going to exhale, bend the left knee, spiral the arms as you tuck the chin, and round the back. Inhale, straighten the left leg, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, rounding the goo. I think we did 20 of these, right? 1 breath up. 1 breath down. 2 more. Now the next time you bend that left knee, float the hands down. Bring the right knee down. Oh. If you want something under your knee, good time to do it. Place the hands on your left thigh and sit up tall. With 1 breath, sweep the arms into the air. As you exhale, you're going to land the right elbow on the left thigh. And once again, before looking over to that side of the room, look down between your big toe. Maybe you lift the knee off the ground, maybe you don't. But whatever you do, use the inhale to lengthen your spine and neck. And as you exhale, adjust the belly and the heart to the left. So the inhale, lengthening. The exhale, belly and heart, and maybe take a gander to the other side of the room. Your breath, your practice. If the knee is up, bring it down. Let the eyes and the hands come down to the earth. Right hand comes under the shoulder, and this is where you bend the elbow. Your left hand comes into the thigh, and you push it forward. Now, once again, it doesn't go very far, but the energy is there. So then come onto the edge of your left foot and feel your hips sinking down and forward. The belly and the heart gently begin to turn up to the ceiling. The chin floats over the right shoulder. And you can have the eyes open or closed, but take 2 breaths here like the balloon. Coming out slowly. Bring the left foot down onto the ground. Bring your left hand inside the left foot. And then this is where you heel toe the foot out enough so the hands look like you're going to do a bunch of push-ups. We're not. Instead, you're going to lift the right knee off the ground and create that flat back with a tray on. If you can keep that flat back, you can even bend the elbows a little and lead with your heart. Lifting the right knee, dropping the heart. Now silently, you're going to step the left foot back into downward dog. 5 count inhale. As you exhale, lift the left leg up. Like before, but better, shift into high plank. Keep the shoulders where they are as you bring your left knee to your belly button. And then keeping the shoulders over the hands, bring your left leg out to the right side, coming onto the outer right foot, the outer left foot. Just seeing if you're listening. Square your lower back. Now once again, you're welcome to stay here. Or you can spiral the right foot down and begin to lift the right arm and the hips up into the air. 5 count in. 5 count out. Gracefully bring the hand back. Shoulders still over the hands as you bring the knee back into the belly button. And back up into three-legged dog. As you shift the shoulders forward, bring the left knee onto the ground behind your left wrist. Now slide that right leg back. And then this is the one where you're going to feel it in the left side. So make whatever adjustments with your knee, in or out, with the shin bone, forward or back. But as you feel it in the left glute, walk the hands back. And then as you turn the belly and the heart to the right, walk the hands over. And you're going to slowly begin to lay your torso and head down either on the ground or a block. And all you have to do here is listen to the sound of your breath. Maybe lengthen the arms out a little more so you can really get heavy in the upper torso. 3 more breaths here. Keeping the head heavy, start to walk the hands back up. And as you can't walk the hands back anymore, start to lean onto your left hip. Once again, if you want to bring the hands over a little bit, you can. But then you're going to bring that right leg all the way around the outside, like the Buffalo Gals, and land the right foot outside your left thigh. Now, if you find yourself way on your left hip, don't worry about it. Straighten your left leg so you can sit up nice and tall. Either way, we're all built different. But as you sit up, reach the right arm into the air. Bring the hand behind you. Once again, you're going to grow tall through the spine and the neck. And then you can use your arms to help turn the belly and the heart to the right. The inhale lengthens you. The belly and heart to the right. And maybe take the chin to the left. Inhale. Exhale, wringing out the organs. As you finish that exhale, inhale through center, and then a slight counter twist, turning over to the left just a little bit. Nice, huh? Come back to center. Lean back so you can grab the backs of your thighs and float right up into boat. This feels good. Keep the feet where they are. Pull your elbows back and come onto your forearms. So the lower back is flat, but then you're going to lift the toes up to the ceiling and keep the legs pointed like lasers. And then you're going to scissor the legs slowly down. And then you're going to scissor them back up. Now watching the feet will only tire you out. So keep the eyes up at the sky. 5 count down. 5 count up. Last round. When your legs come up, come all the way to your back. Move any blocks that suddenly appear. And as you interlace your fingers behind your neck, imagine your legs are leaning against a wall. And then turn the toes toward your nose. Use the inhale to fill up the lungs. And then you're going to keep your legs against that imaginary wall, but you're going to lift the hips off the ground. So the legs stay straight up and down. And then as you inhale, you're going to bring the hips down. Now maybe the hips didn't come off the ground. That's okay. Exhale, lift them up. And inhale down. Exhale up. And inhale down. 3 more. Even if they don't come off the ground, imagine what muscles would make them come off the ground. And then my favorite this time as you lift the hips, keep lifting them. Keep lifting, keep lifting. And then as you lift the shoulder blades off the ground, start to reach up for your toes. Lifting, 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 almost done there. Grab your thighs, and with one breath, roll back up to boat. Take a breath. As you cross the ankles, pull the feet toward you. Plant the hands. Step back into downward dog. 5 count in there. 5 count exhale. Now I'm going to do it to face you, so listen to my words. Lift your left leg up and step it forward. You're going to walk your hands over to your right side, turning all 10 toes to the other side of your mat. And then you're going to turn your left foot out, once again, about 45 degrees. You'll know it's right, because when you bend the knee, it pretty much goes over the toes. So let's try a few of those. The inhale straightens the left leg. The exhale bends it. This side will feel different. Now the next time you bend that left knee, keep it bent. Now once again, you have the option of keeping the foot on the ground, the right foot that is, or you can spiral the toes up to the ceiling. Make sure there are no blocks under you. Or if you want a block under you, you can. And as you spiral the right toes up to the ceiling, once again, the hands can stay on the ground. They can come in front of your heart. You could be a unicorn or hunting. Feel that even breath. Gently, the hands return to the earth. As you straighten the left leg, walk your hands over your right foot, turning all 10 toes to the front. Step your left foot up to meet the right. And fold in half. One breath sweeps you all the way up, the palms touch overhead. And here's that hard one as the thumbs come to the heart. Close the eyes. Turn off the breath. And simply feel. With the eyes closed, turn that breath back on. That even sound. And yogi's choice with the eyes open or closed. Use the inhale to sweep the arms up. The exhale, diving forward. One breath, halfway up, long neck. As you plant the hands, step or jump out. Once again, totally up to you. You can skip the whole thing and meet in downward dog, or your version of belly down vinyasa. As you inhale, lift the left leg up. And like you've been doing, and you're good at now, shift into that three-pointed plank. Shoulders over the hands. And then bring that left leg straight out to the left side. You decide how high it is. Once it's good, slowly come on down to the belly and the chest. So once again, I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. The left leg is out to the side. The hands like you're going to do some push-ups. But instead, you're going to slide the left arm forward. You're going to pull the shoulder back. And then bring your left thumb into your palm and wrap it up. Use your right hand to lift the heart. And then bring that straight left arm right under your collarbone, so it lines up with the front of your mat. Maybe the left shoulder scooches to the left a little. But then let the chin rest on the upper left arm. As you find your even breath, feel the left shoulder dropping toward the left hip. And the left hip dropping down toward the earth. The right shoulder dropping toward the inner left elbow. Two more breaths here. And then lift the chin up just enough so that when you bend the left elbow, you can bring your chin bone to the pinky side of your left wrist. And then this is where you push down. It's a bit of a throat stretch if you haven't, sure. Energetically, the left shoulder drawing away from the ear. Right shoulder dropping to the left elbow. Two more breaths. Lift the chin enough to straighten the left arm. And at first you're going to draw it forward again. You're going to bring the big left toe to meet the big right toe. And then use your left arm or hand to get one of your blocks. And if you gotta get it by your feet, go grab it. Because you're gonna put it underneath your head and you're gonna reach your left arm out to the side. Now, I like to have the hand pretty much in line with my face. But since I know what my left arm looks like, turn your eyes over to the right side. Now, maybe this is enough for you. Or you can gently begin to roll up onto your left hip and feel the hips stacking. Now check in. You can stay here, or you can walk your left fingers back a little. If you're like, I still don't feel anything, you can scooch your hips forward a little bit, but find your breath here. Energetically, feel that left shoulder drawing away from the ear. 3 even breaths here. And as we transition, be just as mindful. So as you begin to roll back onto your belly, take a look over your left arm and bend the left arm like a 90-degree angle. So once again, it should sort of look like this, with the arm in line with the collarbones. Once it's there, begin to roll up onto that left hip, and with the eyes to the right side, from the arches of the feet to the roof of the mouth, grow as straight as you can get. Now this is a cool place to be. But once again, if you want to go a little further, bring your lower leg, your left leg, out in front about 90 degrees and have it bent. Bring your right knee up and bring the bottom of your right foot onto the ground above your left knee. Now, if you have half lotus, go to town. But connect the knee and the ankle. Slide your right hand into your inner right thigh. Once again, I like to close my eyes here and feel the breath expanding my torso. The sound of the exhale drawing the shoulders down toward the ears, down toward the hips. Now, as I said, maybe you're built in a way that your outer right knee touches your inner left ankle. Not for this kid, but maybe for you. 2 more breaths. This is always fun to do at parties or at home. Guess you are. Bring the right hand slowly down. Begin to straighten the left leg. And then bring the big toes together as you straighten both legs. And roll back onto your belly. Use your left hand to remove the block out of the way. Slide your left arm forward, but once again, draw that shoulder back just a little bit. You can place your left ear on your left arm and slowly roll up onto your left hip. Now, not about alignment, but think about that line from the arches of your feet through your middle finger. It's going to look different for all of us. As you lift your head, bend your left elbow enough to slide the palm underneath the temple, and the middle finger touches the top of your head. Now that left elbow is still pointing straight at the front. If you want, your right hand can come to your side. You can even bend the right knee and hold on to the outer foot. But keep the knees together if you do that. Feel the left shoulder sliding down toward the hips. Last 2 breaths in TV watching asana. If your right leg is straight, bend it. And if you're holding on to it, release it and bring your foot behind the left leg. You're going to slowly, carefully roll onto your back. Make sure you're not lying on anything. And then you're going to bring the left arm out to the side. So once again, showing you what it would look like if I was lying on my back. And with the palm face down, you're going to bend the left elbow and bring just the fingernails under the rib cage. And you think, oh, that wrist, that's where the right palm comes up and over, and you start to roll up onto that left hip. Now, as you do, think about your right shoulder coming toward your left elbow. If this is wicked easy for you, you can always slide your hips further back, but find where you're going to be and start to feel the left shoulder moving down toward the hip. Pigeon for the shoulders. Last 3 breaths here. And keeping the integrity of your practice strong. As you come out of it, stay with your breath. And as you gently return to your back, drag the left arm up by the ear. Return to your left hip and bring the big toes together. And as you roll back onto your belly, bring your left hand on top of the right hand and the chin or forehead on top of your left hand. As you let the big toes touch, let go of the breath. Let go of the muscles. You can even let go of that story. Feeling the post effect. Allow that breath of yours to come back. Once again, maybe a mantra in your head. Maybe simply counting to 5. And down from 5. As you lift the head up enough, slide the hands under the shoulders. As you tuck the toes, bring the hips up over the knees. But then you're going to start to walk your knees forward. And there are many ways you can do this. You can roll onto one hip or the other and bring the legs out. You can cross one ankle over the other. And as you lean back, bring the legs out in front. Now go ahead and adjust any hair or clothing that needs adjusting. But as you bend the knees, hold on to the backs of the thighs. Don't worry, we're not doing more abs. But you're going to, as slow as you can, begin to melt your spine down onto the ground. When the feet come off the ground, let the back of the head and neck come onto the ground and bring your hands onto your kneecaps. And with that even breath, you're just going to make opposite spinning circles with the knees, giving the hips a little bit of love after all that stuff. And then spin the knees in the other direction. If there's anything else you need to do, go ahead and do it now. Otherwise, start to land the legs on the ground, reaching them toward the far front corners of your mat. The arms, let them return to Mother Earth and feel them get a little wider than your legs. As you stay with the breath just a little longer, forget about counting. Let the breath get a little softer, but keep your focus on it. Notice where the body is touching the earth, where it is supported. Where the clothes are touching the skin. And recognizing where the air is touching the skin. And in this beautiful place of stillness, with slight awareness, recognize how your body feels right now. Feeling the tongue fall away from the teeth. The arms and legs as if they're melting off of the torso. The belly and groin letting go. And the more you soften, the more it starts to feel like you're floating. As always, I invite you to spend as long as you want exactly as you are right now. Or from far away, you can start to feel your breath slowly returning. And as that easy breath begins to return, begin to let the fingers and toes move a little. Maybe the wrists and the ankles round a little. As the arms slowly begin to reach toward the back, feel the feet reaching forward and feel everything grow just a little longer. And as you exhale, feel everything get a little flatter. Lovingly bring the knees into your chest and give yourself a deliciously warm hug. As you rock a little side to side, feel the lower back and the kidneys, or kidney if you only have one. And when you're ready, gently roll into one side or the other. And soaking in this feeling that you created. With as little effort as possible, find your way into a seated position. Whichever works for you, so that the spine can be nice and long, naturally stacked. Bring the palms together in front of the heart, and as you feel the base of the thumbs touching your heart, feel your heart lifting up into your thumbs. A little tuck of the chin. And taking 3 more even breaths together. Exhaling completely. It is an honor and a privilege to share this practice. The light and energy inside of me bows and respects the light and energy in each of you. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Hope everyone has a wonderful evening. You're welcome. This and all other classes are available on YouTube. Come on by.